and welcome to our Martin Luther King Jr. Day celebration. We're happy you can join us today to honor his life and legacy. I'm Shannon Ryan with the Parks and Recreation Department. We have a wonderful day planned with inspirational speakers, music, dancers, and more. We hope you can spend some time here today, enjoying your community and neighbors. There's food trucks available and open for business and plenty of activities for your family. I want to thank our title sponsors today, Baptist Health, and our bronze sponsor, the Plantation Democratic Club. Many of the participants you will see today have generously given up their time and talent to enhance our program. It is now my honor to introduce the City of Plantation's Mayor, Nick Sortl.
So you all know the way they do speeches and these things is they save the best for last. And I'm going first, so I don't know what you're saying at me. But, hey, look, it's with great honor I stand before you today at our Martin Luther King Day celebration. Gathered here to pay tribute to a man who forever changed the course of history. His legacy continues to inspire us all. Do you hear me okay? As we reflect on the life and teachings of Dr. King, we're reminded of the power of unity and the importance of standing up against injustice, and I'm going someplace with this. His most famous words, "I have a dream," remind us that we have the power to create a world where every person is not judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. And while we're not completely there yet, I believe we've made progress. More often than in the past, opportunities come up and they go under what I call the best person wins mentality. Whoever it is, the best person wins. That's the way it should be, right? And in this line of thinking, Dr. King, just that alone, that made the world better. Dr. King's message of love and nonviolence serves as a guiding light in these times. And please note the word light. Light, that's associated with Dr. King, but it's used very often now by those concerned about the war in Israel, right? Dr. King then and the world now understands that we must strive for compassion and empathy in our interactions with one another. In the words of Dr. King, darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. And it's funny how these words spoken by him half a century ago now applied to a situation halfway around the world. 60 years ago he said that, and we're saying that now about Israel and the situation there. I'd like you to honor Dr. King by being cognizant of our behaviors here in Plantation. Let's keep working together locally. Let's build a society where everybody has the opportunity to succeed. Let's here in Plantation have a heightened focus, continuing that march, and let us be the light that drives out darkness, and let us be that love that overcomes hate. Thank you for being here today, and may we continue to be inspired by the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. Thank you. I have a proclamation. Whereas Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. devoted his life to advancing equality, social justice, and the opportunity for all, and challenged all Americans to participate in the never-ending work of building a more perfect union. And whereas Dr. King's teaching continued and guide us and inspire us, and whereas in 1994, Congress designated the Martin Luther King Jr. Day as a National Day of Volunteer Service, and whereas since 1994, millions of Americans have been inspired by the life and work of Dr. King to serve their neighbors and their communities, whereas the ML King Day offers an opportunity for Americans to give back to their communities, and whereas each of us can and must contribute to making our communities better. Now, therefore, I, Nick Sortl, Mayor, and the City Council of Plantation, Florida, do hereby proclaim Monday, January 15th as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd now like to introduce Broward County Commissioner Hazel Rogers, who will be sharing with us this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, I know it's nice and comfortable here. Some places, it's cold, so we love the Sunshine State. Good morning, colleagues, Mr. Mayor, Council President, Council members, esteemed residents of the City of Plantation, staff and guests. Again, good morning. I am Broward County District 9 Commissioner Hazel P. Rogers. Today we gather to honor the extraordinary life and legacy of a man who fought tirelessly for equality, justice, peace, and whose life encompasses influential decisions and monumental actions. Yes, monumental actions. We are here celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King and his legacy. Dr. Martin Luther King was an exceptional leader. We can agree he is gone too soon, but his wisdom continues to inspire us more than 5 decades later. To the children in the audience, this is my conversation with you. We know that education is the key to success. So we say Dr. Martin Luther King, yes, he was an educated man, but he wanted to make sure everyone gets the same opportunity. That's equity, equality, and love for community. Dr. Martin Luther King was an exceptional leader, and we recognize him today. I am reminded how his words and his actions have shaped this country and the world. Yes, the world, because on 4/4/1968, I was a high school student in Jamaica. And I'm telling you, not Jamaica, Queens, or in Brooklyn or New Jersey, okay? You know, he really influenced the world. Today, I share these words of Dr. Martin Luther King in closing. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. These words are in your hands, students. Dr. King's words continue to challenge all of us to examine our character and our values. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., gone too soon, born January 15, 1929, and assassinated April 4, 1968. Have an educational experience today. Know that we all can make a difference. And I thank you for being here, and Mayor and Commissioners for including me in your program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Rogers. I also want to introduce today our Council President, Tim Fadgen, our Council President Pro Tem, Louis Reinstein, Council Member Eric Anderson, Council Member Jennifer Andreu. And now please welcome our next speaker of the day. He joins us from Praise Tabernacle International Church here in Plantation, Pastor Sam Berry.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Truly, we have come today to celebrate on this weekend what would have been Dr. Martin Luther King's 94th birthday. We're celebrating this weekend the birthday of a dreamer. Many of us here today were not even alive during the lifetime of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The marches, the protests, the speeches, the journey that Dr. King took is what we all are benefiting from at this moment. It has helped to form and to shape the reality that we see today and that we live. Brothers and sisters, his advocacy for peace and service is still slapping against the walls of war today. He said, and I quote, "Peace is not merely a goal that we seek, but a means by which we arrive at that goal." As a preacher, I've learned that one of the greatest gifts that could have ever been bestowed to mankind, and that is the gift of peace. Jesus said on one occasion, he says, "My peace I leave with you." And I believe that Dr. King understood that peace. That's why he was an advocate of peace. That's why he preached peace. That's why he marched for peace. That's why he lived a life that exemplified peace. He understood his assignment. Dr. King understood that peace was the vehicle to see the dream that he spoke about come to pass. And although he did not live to see the full manifestation of his dream, he did not live to see the blacks and the whites walking together holding hands. He did not live to see the day that we will no longer be judged by the color of our skin or the texture of our hair. But the blessing about it, church, people of God, people, we have been privileged to see a glimpse, and I use the word carefully, glimpse, because yes, we are able to walk hand in hand one with another, but I still submit we have a long way to go. When we have wars between Hamas and Israel, we have a long way to go. When we still are fighting for justice for our people, we still have a long way to go. But right now, we've made progress. The dream is unfolding. But let's keep before us that his dream was about having peace. Peace is a calm to a storm. Peace ends racial tension. Peace will stop unnecessary gun violence. Peace will stop wars between nations. Peace is peace is ever before us. Peace is accessible to you and I today. Peace is coming with the day when the lion can lay down with the lamb. This peace that we're talking about, that Dr. Martin Luther King advocated for, means to rest, quiet, stillness in your heart. It's not the absence of trouble, but peace is what you have in the midst of trouble. Peace is what you have in the midst of hard times. We know that trouble will always be here as long as the earth remains, as long as we have blood running warm through our veins. There will always be turmoil. There will always be trouble. But in your heart, you can have peace. So how do we continue to move forward as a people carrying out a dream of Dr. Martin Luther King? Tap into your inner peace and be advocates of peace. And let's work together and let's advance life as a people. God's blessings be to you is our prayer.
Thank you, Pastor Barry. Our next speaker has been involved with the judging of our annual Martin Luther King Jr. Essay Contest since the beginning. She joins us today from the Pearls Foundation, Epsilon Chi Omega chapter, the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. Please welcome Dr. Kamika Carey.
Good morning, City of Plantation, to the mayor, council members, to each of you in your respective places. It is my honor to stand before you this morning. It is a great day to be an Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority woman. My name is Dr. Kamika Nicole Carey, the president of the Upsilon Xi Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I bring you greetings on behalf of our beloved sorority. We were founded on the principles and sisterhood of supreme service to all mankind on January 15th, 1908, on the campus of Howard University. We have more than 1,064 chapters. We are currently here in the City of Plantation, and we meet here at the Jim Ward Community Center. I am employed at the Broward County Public Schools with a passion to serve. I've been an active member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated for 10 years. As someone dedicated to fostering positive change through education, I am fueled by the belief that education is the cornerstone of empowerment and progress. In the heart of our community, I have embraced the role as an educational leader with a vision to extend beyond the walls of the classroom. Education is not just the process of acquiring knowledge, it is a transformative journey that shapes individuals and impacts the entire community. I firmly believe that an educational leader is not just someone who imparts knowledge, but a guide who inspires, motivates, and instills the sense of the purpose to learn. It is about recognizing the unique potential within individuals and providing the tools and opportunities for them to flourish. Upsilon Xi Omega chapter meets here in Plantation, and we conduct our business to plan strategically about our sororities national program initiatives, which is empower our families, build our economic wealth, enhance our environment, advocate for social justice, uplift our local community. In the words of Dr. King, a man dies when he refuses to stand up for which is right. A man dies when he refuses to stand up for justice. A man dies when he refuses to take a stand for that which is true. This is definitely a powerful statement that emphasizes the idea that living in truth involves not just the physical act of being alive, also standing up for the principles, justice, and honesty. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a prominent figure in our civil rights movement, and his words continue to inspire people around the world to advocate for justice and equality. I encourage each of you and every one of you to follow these moral and ethical principles. Stand up for what is right. This requires you to take a stance for favor of moral and ethical values. It means that a person truly lives when they actively support and promote what is just and virtuous. Stand up for justice. You should actively advocate for fairness, equality, and protection of rights. Refusing to stand up for justice implies a passive acceptance of injustice. Take a stand for the truth. This speaks to the importance of honesty and integrity. Choosing to confront falsehood and uphold the truth, even in the face of challenges, is presented as an essential aspect of meaningful life. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. encouraged individuals to morally engage and be socially responsible. A life without commitment to righteousness, justice, and truth is lacking life and depth of significance. We should all be active participants in shaping a just and truthful society. Upsilon Xi Omega is grateful for this opportunity to share in this celebration, as well as our planned AKA Day of Service on Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday, which is Monday, where we give back to the community through sustainable service in Broward County. Tomorrow will bring a better you, a better me. We have more than we can be. I encourage each of you to be the best version of yourselves as we celebrate and commemorate the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Carey. Back in November, the city held a Martin Luther King Jr. essay contest. Students were asked to write a 200 to 500 word essay on the following quote, which Dr. Carey actually just read. A man dies when he refuses to stand up for that which is right. A man dies when he refuses to stand up for justice. A man dies when he refuses to stand up for that which is true. We were thankful to have our essays judged by the Pearls Foundation, Epsilon Chi Omega chapter of the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, as well as the City of Plantation's Education Advisory Board. Winners did receive a $100 gift card. Today we are announcing our 2023-24 essay contest winner. Winning the middle school category is Isabella Klinger from St. Gregory the Great Catholic School.
I was going to give him the money first.
The quote by Martin Luther King Jr. strikes a chord in my heart as it conveys a strong message on the importance of standing up for what is right, just, and true. It reflects the idea that a person's life is not just about breathing or existing, but is about taking a stand and making a difference. This quote is inspiring to me because it instills the belief that we all have the power to make a change in the world. When individuals refuse to take a stand for what is right, justice, or true, they are not only doing a disservice to themselves, but also to the people around them. They are essentially choosing to remain silent when they have the power, to use their voice and influence to make a positive impact in the society. This quote reminds us that we all have a responsibility to help create a world that is fair, equal, and just for all. Martin Luther King Jr. was a strong advocate for civil rights, and he knew the power of taking a stand for what he believed in. He faced immense obstacles, including death threats, attacks, and imprisonment for his beliefs, but he continued to fight for equality for all. His message of nonviolence, justice, and equality made an enormous impact on the world and has inspired generations to take up the mantle of fighting for social justice and civil rights. The significance of this quote can be seen in today's world, where there are still countless cases of injustice, inequality, and unfairness. The quote encourages us to take a stand against these issues and use our voice and influence to bring about change. It reminds us that every action, no matter how small, can make a significant difference in the world. In conclusion, Martin Luther King Jr.'s quote is meaningful and inspiring because it highlights the importance of standing up for what is right, just, and true. It serves as a reminder that we all have the power to make a positive impact in the world and that we have a responsibility to do so. This quote reminds us that we cannot remain silent in the face of injustice, but we must use our voices and actions to fight for equality, justice for all.
All right, Mom and Dad, here's the part where you walk up and we take the picture. And then we put us all on Instagram, please.
Thank you, Isabella. So Monday is the federal holiday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It's often honored as a day of service for many people. The Parks and Recreation Department would not be able to do many of our events or programs without the support of our volunteers. Every quarter, staff has the opportunity to nominate a volunteer they feel demonstrates excellence in teamwork, commitment, customer service, organization, and attitude. The winner for our fourth quarter of 2023 is Bailey Seraphin. Thank you, Bailey. Bailey volunteers at almost every one of our events, our concerts, fall festival. She's a rock star. Dr. King's speeches were powerful and passionate and moved the country to take action. We're very happy to have Caden Michael Hampton from Plantation Elementary School with us this morning to orate I Have a Dream.
Thank you to everyone in the beautiful city of Plantation for having me again. I'm happy to join with you today at what will go down in history as one of the greatest celebrations of our freedom in the history of our nation. Now is the time to make the real promises of democracy. Now is the time to rise from the dark and desolate valley of segregation to the sunlit path of racial justice. Now is the time to lift our nation from the quicksand of racial injustice to the solid rock of brotherhood. Now is the time to make justice a reality for all of God's children. And as we walk, we must make the pledge that we shall march ahead. We cannot turn back. There are those who are acting for the devotees of civil rights. When will you be satisfied? You can never be satisfied as long as the Negro is the victim of the unspeakable horrors of police brutality. We can never be satisfied as long as our bodies, heavy with the fatigue of travel, cannot gain lodging in the motels of the highways and the hotels of the city. We cannot be satisfied as long as the Negro's basic mobility is from a smaller ghetto to a larger one. We cannot be satisfied as long as our children are stripped of their selfhood and robbed of their dignity by signing stadiums for white only. We cannot be satisfied as long as a Negro in Mississippi cannot vote and a Negro in New York believes he has nothing for which to vote. No, no, no. We are not satisfied, and we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like water of a mighty stream. Go back to Mississippi, go back to Alabama, go back to South Carolina, go back to Georgia, go back to Louisiana, go back to the slums and ghettos of our northern cities, knowing that somehow this situation can and will be changed. Let us not wallow in the valley of despair. I say to you today, my friends, even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. Behold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the son of former slave owners and the son of former slave the son of former slaves and the son of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and injustice. I have a dream that my 4 little children one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream that one day down in Alabama, with this vicious racist, with his governor having his lip dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, that one day down in Alabama, little black boys and little black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and little white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is our faith. I will go back to the southward. With this faith, we will be able to hew out the mountain of despair, a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discourse of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning. My country's of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim cry from every mountainside. Let freedom ring. Let freedom ring from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom ring from the hiding Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from the Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi. Even from the great city of Plantation, Florida. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And when we allow freedom to ring, we will let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city. We will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Amen.
may notice in your programs today that Caden's name is actually not in there. He initially had been able to do the event today and then made it far enough along in the spelling bee that he was going to have to miss it to continue on in the spelling bee, but things worked out in the end. His grandfather was going to step in, but Caden was able to be with us today. We also couldn't do our events today without the support of our sponsors. I want to thank Baptist Health once again for being our title sponsor, and also the Plantation Democratic Club for being a bronze sponsor. This concludes our ceremony portion of the event, but please stick around and enjoy the amazing performers who will be sharing their talent all day with us. Coming up next is the Plantation Middle School Music Department. And then following them will be the Men of Impact Step Team, musicians Sin Stage, poet Maury Tay, dancer Terrence Pride, and singers Brian Williams and Irvin Mystic. There's also a lot of really fun family activities here today. So this will be going on until 2 p.m. We hope you stick around and enjoy this with the community. Thank you all for coming.
Dr. King's legacy consists of influential action, monumental movement, and the progression of humanitarian rights that exceeds the civil rights movement. And we are the heirs to his wildest dream.
Dr. King sounds like an amazing person. I would love to meet him. Can someone take me to the king?
Wait! Dr. King was a great man, but he's no longer alive. You can still respect his legacy by taking steps towards a positive life.
Okay then, but I just want to step.
You just want what?
I just want to step.
I want to ask you a question, and that is, what is in your life's blueprint? Whenever a building is constructed, you usually have an architect who draws a blueprint. And that blueprint serves as the pattern, as the guide, and a building is not well erected without a good, sound, and solid blueprint. Now, each of you is in the process of building the structure of your lives. And the question is whether you have a proper, a solid, and a sound blueprint. And I want to suggest some of the things that should be in your life's blueprint. Number one is, in your life's blueprint should be a deep belief in your own dignity, your own worth, and your own somebodyness. Don't allow anybody to make you feel that you are nobody. Always feel that you count. Always feel that you have worth. And always feel that your life has ultimate significance. Secondly, in your life's blueprint, you must have as a basic principle the determination to achieve excellence in your various fields of endeavor. You are going to be deciding as the years unfold, what you will do in life and what your life's work will be. Set out to do it well. And I say to you, doors are opening to you. Doors of opportunity that were not open to your mothers and your fathers. And the great challenge facing you is to be ready to face these doors as they open. And when you discover what your life is going to be, what you're going to be in your life, set out to do it as if God Almighty called you at this particular moment in history to do it. Don't just set out to do a good job. Set out to do such a good job that the living, the dead, and the unborn couldn't do it any better. If it fails to be a street sweeper, sweep streets like Michelangelo painted pictures. Sweep streets like Beethoven composed music. Sweep streets like Shakespeare wrote poetry. Sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will have to pause and say, here lived a great sweet sweeper who swept his job well. If you can't be a pine at the top of the hill, be a shrub in the valley. Be the best little shrub on the side of the hill. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. But it isn't by size that you win or lose, or win or you fail. Be the best of whoever you are. Those words were addressed by Dr. King during an assembly at a middle school, or back then a junior high school in Philadelphia in 1967. And I thought that it would be very poignant in order to do something like that today. My name, like he said, is Kevin Johnson. I am the president of Conundrum Stages. We'd like to thank you so much for coming out and remembering and acknowledging Dr. King in this celebration. We'd like to thank Shannon Ryan for giving us the opportunity. We are a company that we present local talent and spotlight local talent in order to present to audiences, to make them aware that we have homegrown acts in South Florida. So we're going to be presenting to you 3 soloists today in music, poetry, and dance. And without further delay, I'm going to introduce our first act by saying, we need more black girls with guitars. And that's all I'm going to say. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sin Sage.
Good afternoon, everyone. How you guys doing today? I'm gonna play a lot of cover songs and original pieces for you. Hope you guys enjoy. You feel like summertime. You took this heart of mine. I'll be your Valentine. This summer, of the summer. You are my only one. Just dancing, having fun. in the shining sun of the summer, of the summer. Do love me, 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 'cause I love you, I don't know. Woo! Is it sometime magic that makes me want to dance all night long? Is it sometime magic make me feel this way? Oh, oh. Girl, you're my world. Ooh. Girl, you're my world. You feel like summertime. You took this heart of mine. I'll be your Valentine in the summer. In the summer. Do love me, do love me, do love me, do love me. Do love me, do love me, do love me, yeah. Do love me, do love me, do, yeah. Thank you. Hand me, slip me, run me, taste me, love me, enjoy me, all over, baby. You have my blood, so you can lead it. But every essence of your all, how my body glowing, and my hair blowing in the wind. Oh my, in the wind. Oh my, before they keep laying trouble around you. Here for protection and passion, 'cause love is all we need. I'm my blood circulating with every essence of your all. How my body glowing and my hair blowing away. You're mine, away. You're mine, Rosemary. Can you stand by my garden gate? Rosemary, can you stand by my garden gate? I wanna sow your seed to never forget. I want to pluck your leaves to live within Rosemary. I know that's what you bring to me. You never get test, keep me in my best, leaving my stress. Hope you feel love for me, baby, for you, baby. Rosemary, keep me by your garden gate. Rosemary, keep me by your garden gate. I need you by my side. Everything's alright. Want you by my side. Oh, baby. Need you by my side. 'Cause have you ever loved someone so much you thought you're not giving so much of yourself? It seems the only way. Tell me what you want now, and I will give that to you, baby. You, I really like what you've done to me. I can't really explain it. I'm so into you. I really like what you've done to me. I can't really explain it. I'm so into you. I hit you in your goodness. Don't make no sense. I hit you in your goodness. You know. I hit you in your goodness. Don't make no sense. I hit you in infinite. You know. How do you want it? How do you feel? Coming as a person in a casket, living in a fast lane, not for you, baby. How do you want it? How do you feel? Coming as a person in a casket, living in a fast lane, not for you, baby. Hope you guys are having a good time. This next one is called Miss You. Woke up 7 in the morning just to see you smile. Got about the bad moment and almost knocked me out. Back to sleep. Ooh, baby. You wanna be late this morning to start my 9 to 5, but I get caught up in a moment. Damn, they told my car from the street. Ooh, baby. I'm right back. Another crazy night. Thanks for the best of times. I'm here falling for you. You've been on my mind since singing all the greatest hits. I'm here falling for you. Miss you already. Miss you already. Yeah. Miss you right now. Miss you already. See, I knew that way back then that I see you again. Ain't no mountain too tall, ain't no valley low. It's the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you swing your hands. It's the way you laugh, the way you smile at me, 'cause I wanna see you again. Another crazy night, makes for the best of times. I'm here falling for you. You've been on my mind since singing all the greatest hits. I'm here falling for you. Miss you already. Miss you right now. Miss you already. Yeah. Want you right now. I'm missing you, babe. I want you, babe. I need you, baby. I want you, miss you already. Want you right now. Miss you already, yeah. Want you right now. Thank you.
Hello, how are you? Oh no. We have to try that again. Let's do a vibe check. How are you?
Good.
It is blessed and honored to be here to share with you some poetry in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King, and it is his dream that helped us to continue this, right? to be able to come together as a community, and go figure that we're coming together as a community for someone who pushed that years ago. So I'm going to share a couple of pieces with you. And poets are storytellers, right? They are shadow keepers. We also, can you guys hear me okay? We also like to tell the stories of other people. But for today, I'm going to stick only to myself. So, hopefully, you understand and get inspired. Ya Allah, oh God, I've never meant to become an in-betweener. The Quran has not yet to me explained that people like me, a person living somewhere in between the cross, the crescent moon, and the stars. The middle road I learned to find is supposed to be that hard, but otherwise, what am I praying for? 5 times in a day, like each phase of the sun, like it really goes away, but we all know the taste of truth. How the devil will camouflage your blessings with funhouse mirrors and smoke, sway your mind into the darkness of night. My definition of faith is to believe in things unseen and some things unexplained. So tell me, does that qualify me as being insane? Because it's my insanity that seems to keep the demons somewhat tame, the devil somewhat tame to my memory. The good ones finish last. So hard being good, so easy being bad, but I focus on my path for my soul's salvation. A road of redemption, a final mission per se. I just wish people would listen. Instead of being hard-headed every single day, but my my mother, always would say a hard head makes a soft ass, so I try to reach out for that. And look at every step to be an example of my past, and to never let my past influence my future. My faith, this Deen of Al-Islam, I do wonder. Would you accept me with a pulpit ritual of getting saved every Sunday? We gotta be more than that. Lighthouse through that fog disguise, telling you that it's okay to fall. After all, no one is perfect. I made many masks and thought all were flawless, subhanAllah, until I learned to let go. We are only but a traveler in this world of broken dreams. In your feet, I'm meant to carry a heavy load. It seems to manifest things into its own direction. And faith is that piece of glass stuck in your heel. You can't see it, but can only feel through your internal transition. Soul on a mission to pass a test that only God can give. A stuck for Allah can only ask for forgiveness. Another reminder that no one is perfect. When you're able to see your mistakes, that means that there is a chance for change. For what will you do? A Yomul Qiyam, the day of judgment, when the scale of your life will be brought out from you. Babies drop from wombs and mothers won't even know their own children. And God asks you, what have you done with the tools that I've left you with? What the things to keep humanity, to show how to coexist? From the Torah of Moses to the gospel of Jesus from the Quran, where was your humanity to want for your brother what you would want for yourself? Anything you thought was bad was only a test. What will you do when all I could do at the end of days burn with my ears sound of truth as I listen? Man, I don't know what I would do. I wear my hijab half the time, sometimes referenced as a half Muslim, but I bear open my chest and bear open my breast and see how my heart beats and bleeds red. You have your hallelujahs. I have my alhamdulillah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but this interpretation, my way of life, God has many names. Allah is the name I chose for God. This is my jihad. The struggle I can go through to tell you I love you, to put money in the afterlife. Now that is real wealth. So use me as an example to do what you must to be better in this world of broken dreams. In your feet, I'm meant to carry a heavy load. It seems to manifest things into its own direction. But what will you choose? An existence beyond measure, or a life measured to lose? That's that piece. So that is really about the internal struggle. We all go through the internal struggle, and you don't realize how much of it is together. So remember that we are one. Dr. Martin Luther King had that dream, and we still have to keep making sure that dream stays alive. And let's change the words. We make sure that dream is our reality. So I'm going to share another piece, if that's okay. And if it's not, I'm sorry, I'm going to share it anyway, because because I just feel it needs to happen. Because we're storytellers, right? So this next piece is actually for my queens and princesses out here. Our society, right, with us dream of being together also still separates us of what we're supposed to look like and how we're supposed to feel. Social media has done a really great job of separating us. And I say that for a reason. Just remember, how you look in the morning, the mirror does not complain. You do. You are talking to the mirror. So always remember that. So this piece, hopefully you're inspired and inspire somebody else that it's okay, however you feel today and even tomorrow. I'm going to talk about the story about this young girl, this young Senegalese girl named Salawa. And Salawa, she hated her smile. She would cry, whispers and hopes that would go from her pillows at night. This young Senegalese girl with dark chocolate skin, eyes and teeth, white like what dreams are made of, an African dream, who desperately wanted to be like her mother. If only her smile was just like her mother, she tried to muster up enough courage to lay in an unknown woman's lap who would pack shea butter and burning oil to her gums, needles, tattooing the shade of pink away. Her mother with naturally black gums to frame her teeth to her. They were picture perfect. This girl will house whispers from the devil saying, you are not beautiful. Why do we women listen to things that our own intuition would never say to our own face and mistake lies for truth to say they are for God's sake? When we were born to see the invisible, touch the intangible, and do the impossible. Women, we are the prayers of our ancestors whose spirits arose from smoke and stardust. You see, Salawa and her mother, they went on a journey. They bushed a bush-covered entrance. It seemed to be made for a queen and a princess. The bushes bowed down to the sound of love crackling at her mother's feet. She could see past her nose with this hand holding and pulling her close. She goes, Mama, I'm scared, 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 scared. That was the first time that Salawa ever heard her own voice that seemed to echo across an underground lake as large as the stains. As Salawa's pillow, she went, Mama, I'm scared, scared, scared. Tears started to form down her face as if she felt the shame of what she felt that day. Her mother turned around and grabbed her wet cheek and said, You were the reason and the result of my prayers. When I was young, men would stare because my gums were black, and there's nothing to refute that fact, but I prayed when I had a daughter. She would not share my demons, but it seems as though my demons have given you my burden, so I'm here to release you. Change the words that you say, like night into daytime. And now tears started rolling down her mother's face. It was like she was trying to take that shame that Salawa felt and take it away and took her place. And there Salawa looking at her mother, legs parallel and shaking. She went, Mama, I'm beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful Mama. I'm beautiful, beautiful, beautiful women. We've all been Salawa through Salawa's eyes. Whether we hated her shape to the length of our hair to the color of our eyes. Just remember my Salawas, my queens and princesses, that you are.
Southern trees bear strange fruit. swinging in the southern breeze. Strange fruit hanging from the poplar tree. Pastoral scene of the gallant South. The bulging eyes in the twisted mouth. The scent of magnolia, sweet and fresh. Then the sudden smell burning flesh. Here is a food for the crows to pluck, for the rain to gather, for the wind to suck, for the sun to rot, for the tree to dry. Here is a strange and sweet in the morning, oh Lord, sweet in the morning. Sweet in the morning, 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 sweet in the morning. 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 Sweet in the morning, 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 sweet in the morning. Sweet in the morning, sweet in the morning. sweet morning. Sweet morning, sweet morning, sweet morning, sweet morning, sweet morning. Sweet morning, 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 sweet morning. Sweet morning, 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 sweet
Everybody doing good, everybody feeling good, everybody alive and well and just doing great. Is that right? Yeah, we're glad to be here, glad and excited just to be a part of something. Amen? Yeah. Y'all go to church, don't you? You say amen and y'all be like this. Where's the preacher? That's all right. All right. So I'm excited to be here again. Last year, my younger brother was with me, Urban Mystic, who is doing some great things. Y'all look him up, Urban Mystic, official Urban Mystic. I am Brian Williams of the group Sincere. You can look us up as well. God is doing a lot of great things, and we're just excited to be here. I'm going to be out of your way in about 2 minutes. We got a couple songs we're going to try to sing. Y'all know the old spiritual, "We shall overcome." Y'all know that? Have you heard it before? I'm sure you have. We shall overcome. Yeah. Can I ask y'all to sing a little bit of that with me? Be like, now you guys can do too much. You on stage, not me. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of that. And then we're going to do a little bit of a song my brother and I wrote. It's called Change. We as a people, we need to effect change in our lives. All right? And I know it's only a few of us, but we're going to have a good time for this few minutes. Is that good? Yeah. All right. All right. So we'll start with change.
A mother's wonderful. Will a child see the ecstasy? What's going on the TV? A victim, police brutality. Can you take it all for a walk these days without being followed by hate? If it's the world we live in, we ain't trying to give in. So we're letting you know that this generation tells you no. We ain't just gonna sit back no more. We won't change, change, change. We won't change, change. Change, 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 change. Listen, when the people are fed up, man, ain't no telling what we will do. And he looked just like me. The color of his skin, the texture of his hair. Could have been me, begging for my life, screaming I can't breathe. Somebody help me. We said this is the land of the free. Say that this is the home of the brave, and we ought to let us be free. This generation tells you no. We ain't just gonna sit back no more. We won't change, 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 change. We won't change, 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 change. We won't change, change, change. Y'all say it fast, bunch. We won't change, change. We won't change, change. We won't change. We won't change. We all won't change. Thank you. We won't change. I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Too hard living, I'm afraid to die. Yeah. I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It has been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. There were times I thought I could last for long, but I think I'm able. Anybody think you're able? Anybody know you're able to carry on? It has been such a long time coming, but I know
change, I know change, I know change soon gonna come. Hey, listen, so I go to my brother. I went to my brother and I said, hey, brother, help me, please. Oh, but he wound up knocking me back down on my knees. Oh, there were times I'm up, sometimes I'm down, yeah. One day my life will turn all the way around. It has been it's been a long time coming, but I point to yourself and say, I know, change's gonna come. Yeah. Yes, it will. Change is coming. Change is already happening. Change is already happening. Because we're out here today, says that change is happening. All right? Let's see. My mind don't went blank.